Back here again with another video. This is going to be a vinyl finds video this time. And it's been like a month since the last time I did a vinyl finds video. And I have honestly a decent amount of albums to show from all different genres, all different years, different decades. And I don't think I've ever had so many albums from the 90s to show in one video though. And I mean, I've gotten pretty lucky lately on finding like original albums from the 90s. And of course there's a couple of reissues in there as well, but so my friend Derek, probably not going to be one of his favorite videos, but there's like Beatles albums, John Lennon albums, just a bunch of different things. So I'm not going to try to blabber on super long because I don't want this video to be like 30 minutes long, so I'm just going to get right into it. The first album I'm going to show is the Steve Miller Book of Dreams picture disc. I mean, I love the picture on that album. It's just so cool. It looks so awesome and it's spinning on the turntable. But I mean, there's the Jet Liners on this album, Jungle Love. It's just great Steve Miller songs, great Steve Miller album. You cannot go wrong with the Steve Miller Band. And that is definitely a Steve Miller album that I'm happy to add to the collection, especially the picture disc. And then this is an album that I got at Half Price Books as well, and this came out in 1994, and this is a compilation of just various different bands and songs, and I'm honestly not familiar with any of these bands. One of the reasons why I honestly bought this album because it was like dirt cheap. It was like a couple of bucks, and it's on this clear. I'm a sucker for colored vinyl, and that looks just so cool. And I looked up on Discogs, and the genre of songs that it was listed under was garage rock, so I figured it's kind of my type of music that I really enjoy listening to is like psychedelic rock and garage rock. And I put this on, and it is definitely not garage rock, it's more like soft rock. But I mean, it's not necessarily bad. It's probably not an album I'm going to listen to very often, but it does look cool, so I'm definitely happy to add it in the collection. And that same day, I also picked up this Kingfish album. And I mean, I'm a huge Grateful Dead fan. I mean, you see the Grateful Dead poster in the background. And I love everything Bob Weir does. I mean, I love all of his side projects. I love Rat Dog. I actually just saw Bob Weir and Rat Dog this past March, and they just absolutely blew me away. And definitely, the Kingfish, this is the first Kingfish album. This has been on my want list for a while. And I've never been able to find it, and I don't think it's like super hard to find or anything, but finally came across it for a great price at Half Price Books, and I definitely was going to pick that up. And now this is an album that I picked up on eBay probably about a month ago, and it's Guns N' Roses, The Spaghetti Incident. I mean, I love Guns N' Roses, and this is a Guns N' Roses album I didn't have, and this is a Holland pressing, made in Holland right there, and this isn't that, there's no new material on this, but this is the last Guns N' Roses album that they came out with, the original lineup. It's mostly like punk covers, a couple of ones that aren't punk albums, punk covers on here, but most of them are punk covers like Sex Pistols songs, and Iggy Pop and the Stooges, and Misfits, and the New York Dolls. And this album is actually kind of notorious for Axl Rose doing a cover of a Charles Manson song on here. And it's actually kind of like a hidden track. It's the last song on the side B, and it's not listed on the album. But I know he kind of got in trouble for that one a little bit. But it does have the original sleeve. And this is on the black vinyl. The cool thing about the US pressing, which I would love to be able to find eventually, it's on a clear, like orange vinyl. But I mean, I got this for an excellent price. And I was definitely happy to add this to my collection. There's actually an album that I got not too long ago called Daddy Longhead. And looking at this cover, it kind of reminds me of that one a little bit. Like, I don't know if Guns N' Roses maybe got the idea for that cover on that one. Kind of similar, though. I mean, kind of interesting. I mean, I didn't know about the Daddy Longhead until like a couple months ago when I actually happened to find that album, but kind of a fun fact. But another album I picked this one up on Discogs. Probably about 3 weeks ago, and it's Blind Melon's first album, and it's the 20th anniversary edition that came out on Record Store Day 2013. And I remember, like, this is one of the albums that I wanted on Record Store Day, and I wasn't able to get it. I don't think the record store I went to even got any of these in. And I just never really wanted to pay, like, eBay prices for it. And I just kind of forgot about it. Then I just happened to be on Discogs, and I found one for like 20, I think it was like 20, 25 bucks. Seems like it's a lot easier to find now. And the cool thing about this one, side 4 has the Sippin' Time Session EP on there. So, I mean, it's like a lot of times you get an album, and they have like sides 1, 2, and 3, and the 4th side is like blank. So it's kind of cool that they actually put something on the 4th side. I have like, I think there's a Doors album that I have that has two songs on like the second side or the second disc, and like the 4th sides are like just a laser etching of lyrics, which looks cool, but it's kind of useless. But so it's kind of cool that they actually put songs on the 4th side. Just don't leave it like blank. But I mean, I feel like Blind Melon, a great underrated band from the 90s. I mean, I'd love to do a review on this album. And their second album, Soup, is like it's probably #1 on my want list right now, and has been for a while. I mean, I would love to get an original copy of that one, but it's like that album in particular goes for like $300 some on online, and it's just like I can't afford that for an album. But next year will be the 20th anniversary of Soup, so I'm hoping that maybe they'll do a Record Store Day release like they did with this one, or just maybe a regular release. Because I mean, I would definitely love to have a reissue of Soup, like they reissued this one. Just a phenomenal band, and it's like, I mean, I really wish Shannon Hoon was still here and still making music. I mean, he definitely passed away too soon, but Shannon Hoon actually grew up. It's like a couple hours from here, from where I live, and it's actually buried in that same area. So it's kind of cool. I mean, he's definitely like an Indiana legend. But love Blind Melon. Definitely hope that they reissue Soup. But moving on, I did pick up some of the Beatles mono reissues. I got Rubber Soul. I mean, everyone knows Rubber Soul. I mean, the mono reissues do sound just fantastic, though. If you're not picked them up, I definitely recommend picking them up. I don't know, I definitely am not going to pick up the entire like box set. Because, I mean, I really don't like picking up reissues, but, I mean, it's kind of an exception on some of these ones, like the White Album. It's like I don't think I was ever going to find an original White Album in good shape for a good price, so I'm definitely happy to have the reissue of that one. I mean, this just sounds so phenomenal, so crisp and clear. I mean, it has all the inserts and stuff in there, too, like the posters and all the like little 8x10 pictures. I'm not going to take them out, I just don't want this video to be super long, and it's kind of a hassle to get in and out, but probably the one Beatles album that I wanted the most out of all the reissues that came out was that one. And actually the same day when I got that White Album, I actually got that one at my favorite record shop that's a couple miles away, not very far at all. And that same day I picked up this one. It's an original 1995 pressing of Alice in Chains, their self-titled third album. With the three-legged dog on the cover and the three-legged man on the back. I mean, I was just really ecstatic. I was just kind of happened to be at the right place at the right time. I just got off work and I was going to pick up that White Album from him. Because he told me that they got it in, and I saw this album there. And I mean, it's like I had to have it and ask him what the price was, and I thought it was going to be a crazy amount of money. Because I mean, online this album goes for like over $100. And he sold it to me for like 36 bucks, so I mean, that just kind of blew me away. Just definitely an album that I never thought I was going to be able to own like an original copy of, but I am super happy that I do. It has the original sleeves in here. If I can take it out. It does have the original sleeves. I have them in these sleeves though, and it's on the Columbia. It's like green, and the other side's like purple. But definitely happy to have that Alice in Chains album. And then another album I picked up, this one I got on Discogs actually, and I paid $10 for this one. I think it was another great deal. I don't think it's like super hard to find or anything there, but it's an original 1994 pressing of Spin Doctors, Turn It Upside Down. Still, even in the shrink wrap, just fantastic shape. I mean, it looks pretty much brand new. It looks like it's never even been played. And it is on this cool clear green vinyl on the Epic label as well. I mean, that looks just so cool. I feel like the Spin Doctors, I mean, they're kind of like Blind Melon, another like underrated band from the 90s. And this album is a gatefold album as well, but I mean, I'm not going to take the shrink wrap off to show that. But with the Half Price Books, I think it was, I want to say Tuesday maybe, and I had a decent little find of Beatles album. Well, I actually think I found like one Beatles album and several John Lennon albums, and I have a buddy that works at Half Price Books, and he usually lets me know when things come in and things that I might be interested in. And he was telling me that they had some Beatles albums, and a lot of them were just completely trashed. I mean, it was almost kind of sad. And they were like all original, like first pressing, stereo, Capitol. But they were just like, all of them were like beat up other than the one that I actually got. And he like charged me $2 for it. And that one was a Revolver. The cover is, and it's actually kind of funny because some of the covers on some of those Beatles ones, they were fantastic shape. But the albums were just completely trashed. And this one was probably the worst looking cover of them all. I mean, there's like tape right here. But the album is like flawless. I mean, it has the original Capitol sleeve on it. And the album is like, I mean, I played it the other day and it sounds perfect. I mean, it doesn't skip, doesn't pop. So, kind of ironic that the one with the worst cover played the best, but I mean, I paid $2 for this. I have a UK version of this one in stereo, so I didn't really have any need for this one, but for a couple of bucks, I'm definitely going to pick up Revolver for like $2. And I also did get several John Lennon albums and 45 12-inch singles. The first one is John Lennon, Jealous Guy. There's 3 songs on there. There's Jealous Guy, Going Down on Love, and Oh Yoko. Jealous Guy and Oh Yoko, obviously, from Imagine, and the other one from Walls and Bridges. And this is a UK on the Parlophone label. And I believe this one came out in 1985. Then I also picked up John Lennon, Borrowed Time. It also has Your Hands, which is a Yoko Ono song, and Never Say Goodbye, and it's on the, this is a UK pressing as well, and it's on the Red Polydor label. And this one actually still has the poster inside. So I was actually definitely psyched on that one. It's like the picture of John Lennon and Yoko Ono. And I paid like $2 a piece for all the 12-inch singles. And then I also picked up Elton John Band featuring John Lennon. There's 3 songs on this one as well. This one's a German pressing on the yellow and black DJM label. And it has I Saw Her Standing There, Whatever Gets You Through the Night, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. So definitely happy to find those. Then I also did pick up a couple of John Lennon albums that I did not have to kind of fill in the gap. And the first one is the Plastic Ono Band, Live Peace in Toronto. It's on the Apple label. It's like I've seen this album many times. Never picked it up either because the price was too expensive or I just didn't want to pick it up. But, I mean, it is missing the calendar that was originally with it, but it's still in the shrink wrap. I don't know if this is an original pressing or not, but great shape. Got a great price on it, so I'm finally going to pick it up. Then I also picked up John Love, Men Love Avenue. Another Lennon album that I did not have, so it's nice to be able to fill in the void of that one. And I believe a lot of these are just like different outtakes and alternate versions of songs that were on other John Lennon albums. But it's definitely cool to have another John Lennon. I mean, you can't go wrong with anything John Lennon. I mean, his like worst albums like still fantastic. And I got like 2 more albums to show, so just kind of bear with me here. This album's one I picked up yesterday, if I could think for a second. But this is the Smashing Pumpkins Adore reissue that came out on Tuesday. Probably one of my most anticipated reissues for a while. I mean, it's like, if you watch my videos before, you know I talk a lot about the Smashing Pumpkins. And probably one of my favorite bands, and definitely happy to have this one. And it's their album that came out in 1998. Just a great album from the Smashing Pumpkins. I mean, what else can't be said? 2 LP sets. Kind of gets you ready for their new album to come out in December, which I cannot wait. December 9th, I believe, is when that comes out. But that is Gatefold. Definitely happy to have that one. And the last album I'm going to show is actually the album that I've been waiting for 2 weeks, and it's the Offspring Smash, and this is an original 1994 copy. And it's like, I know, I'm pretty sure I said in other videos that I really wanted to get the 20th anniversary edition of Smash, which came out probably like a month and a half ago now. And I've been trying to get that version since it came out, and I tried to get it at the record store that I usually go to, and he actually ordered some. I think like a week later, he sent me a message on Twitter and told me that they were on back order. And actually, it was just there the other day when I was picking up the Smashing Pumpkins. And he actually told me they actually canceled his order on him, so I wasn't able to get it. But I did tell him I was actually able to find an original copy of Smash, and I was really ecstatic to be able to find this. And I mean, I got a great deal on this album. I mean, it's kind of funny because this is a U.S. pressing, but I bought it from someone in the UK, so I kind of like returned it back home. But that does have the original like liner notes in there. And I mean, the album plays fantastic. I mean, it doesn't even look like it's been played. I mean, there's obviously like a little place right there. And he actually did, the seller on Discogs did let me know that there was a little tear on the front cover from, I think he said a price sticker was originally there. And it's no big deal to me. Finding an album like this, original in fantastic shape, I will definitely gladly not mind the little tear right there. And I mean, he gave me a great price on it, so I can't complain. Definitely happy to have that one. But that is all the finds I have, so hopefully this video wasn't overly long or overly boring. But thanks again, guys, for watching. I definitely give all those albums 2 thumbs up. If I could give some of them more than 2 thumbs up, I would. But thanks again, guys, for watching.